Now, wow, wonder shall never end. Buhari, go and testify. Buhari, go testify for court. Buhari, former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, GCON, GCFR, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, former head of state. Somebody convince Buhari. Buhari carry himself, go present for court. Former president with immunity. Somebody, then they make him. You see, the Attorney General of the Federation, Attorney General of the Federation visited Buhari some months ago. And we're asking, why is this man visiting Buhari? Almost 2 or 3 times. There was like, people were giving so many speculations. They were not clear on why they were visiting Buhari. Some people came and said they were paying homage. Until I see Buhari say they enter flight, go Paris, go do waiting, to go testify for court. My brother, it did make you speak in English. Speak this one. Buhari go testify for court. Who is the person that have the guts to make this happen? And my brother, not only Buhari, we have former President Obasanjo, head of state. These are 2 military men, Nzobu men. They are going to testify. Obasanjo is going to testify in court on behalf of Nigeria, a former president. I've never seen this one before. I've not seen it. Even Jonathan is expected to go and testify in court over this particular project. Even Jonathan. So from Obasanjo to Jonathan to Buhari is expected to go and testify in court. This has never happened before. I'm a young man. I've looked at events. I've never seen presidents. However, it is said that Buhari was convinced to go to Paris. I think 2 days ago, was convinced to go to Paris and testify as a witness. Former president, former president, head of state, former head of state, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. It is terrifying. It has not happened before. The one that will make me surprised is when Obasanjo finally is present at the court. This $6 billion Mambilla, yes, power contract. There are fraudulent activities surrounding that Mambilla power contract. We are saying that Obasanjo signed that contract, but yet over the years, it wasn't implemented. Malami and some guys in the cabinet of Buhari also have questions to answer. You see, I don't even look at the details of the Mambila power project, but I've said it over and over again, that when institutions are not strengthened or reformed, you can never get anything right. If you see a Buhari going to testify in court, agreeing to testify in court, that means he must have some level of innocence. A president with immunity, he can readily say he doesn't want to go. Yes, Buhari can say he doesn't want to go. But it seems that under him, some of his boys did some shoddy jobs, like Atiku was accused of doing under Obasanjo. So Atiku also will be expected. Many people they involved in this $6 billion Mambila power project. In the area I stay, for 5 days, we don't have light. The other time we heard that this, whether it is grid that collapsed or something tripped off. For over the years, despite the monies that have been pumped into power, we cannot give ourselves 12 hours. The whole nation cannot give themselves 12 hours supplied with all the engineers, with all the infrastructures. If somebody is taking a bold step to make former presidents accountable, that is a right step, a bold step, and in the right direction. Who do you expect must have made this happen? The Attorney General of the Federation was with Buhari severally, convincing Buhari, please, you can go and testify in court. And I saw the video where Buhari, the worker for airport, enter flight, go Paris. You see, when we look at reforms, I'm not a bigot. I'm not whether Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. I'm for the people, human beings. I told you before, I'm a human. I look at you as a human first, before your tribe, before your tradition, and before your religion. Tradition, culture, and religion. I look at you as a human being. Any policy that is going to bring dividends of democracy to the people of Nigeria, I am standing for it. Tinubu's hand has made this happen. I'm not supporting Tinubu. I don't see him as a leader that can bring the desired. When we talk about desired, because I've given you my reasons so many times, you can't work with corrupt institutions, unhealthy institutions, and get it right. You just waste your time. For instance, if Tinubu does some restructuring in 8 years, after 8 years, or any other person, or P2B is in power, P2B does all the restructuring he needs to do, and he does it over and over again for 8 years, and he leaves, and the system of it is your turn, it is my turn comes to play, then somebody from the north comes and take over from you and take you backward. That is what is happening in Anambra. P2B was there, revamped education, some sectors of the whatever, and the other person came, and this is Soludo. That is why I said this system is not designed to work. The system of governance in Nigeria, especially the one that we are running now, snatch it, grab it, and run away with it, it has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. Its disadvantages outweigh the advantages. This one that we are talking now is one of the advantages. Tinubu having the ability to play the dirty game, to take decisions that many people would not dare take, whether it is in the right perspective or in a negative or wrong perspective. There's a difference between negative and wrong in negative perspective. This is the first ever time that I think Tinubu's influence on this case, his hand is in this case, that these former presidents have no other choice than to go and witness, so that Nigeria will not be spending whatever millions of dollars as compensation to one company because they breached their contract. You gave a contract to a company, and the company is suing you to court. Under Buhari's regime, you wanted to sabotage the contractor. So the contractor crying foul because you are a federal government. You want to sabotage the contractor. The contractor now take una go international. International. So Nigeria needs to answer for that case. This Mambilla, $6 billion. Well, there are so many nitty-gritties. There's so many information as to what transpired. But since it's in court, you see, as they start bringing evidences, as we started to report, we get the full story of what is happening. But what I'm pointing out here is that this is a positive remark of this government, restructuring. If a Fulani man can be made to leave his Daura, take somebody from Daura, go to Paris, and stand before a court, it is a lot. You might not understand. We used to say that nobody's bigger than the law in Nigeria. But a president, Jonathan refused the other time now, this same case. But now that Buhari has taken the first step, Obasanjo is going to take the second step to go and also witness and testify. In my own government, this is what I do or did. We have not gotten what Buhari actually said in court. Then we have to do analysis on that. Then Jonathan will go and answer in father's name. This is what I do. I gave so money, or I didn't give so money. I made available this money, or I was not aware. The contractor will bring forth its case. Then everybody will now iron it out in the court. Because if you leave it like this, Nigeria will be paying millions of dollars, over $500 million. Look at what experts say. It is either we allow Sunrise execute the Mambila project, or Nigeria defeats them at the ICC, International Criminal Court, Paris, or they defeat us and we pay them over $500 million for breach of contract. This is how it looks like. Okay, we want a power project, Mambila, Sunrise, you are a contractor. We do agreement, because the Sunrise itself, we don't do lobby now. You know, our people, our political officials in Nigeria, them and bribe na 5 and 6. For them to assure the sunrise, that is, in quote, there's a possibility that this sunrise must have be forced, or the sunrise must have influence on people with a certain amount of money to get that contract. So after getting that contract, maybe he's not getting fundings for the contract. Then he has the right to sue, because we agreed on a contract and I spent resources. Then you, as a federal government, you are not funding it. And even under Buhari's regime, they were sabotaging the sunrise contractor. That is why everybody is at the International Criminal Court. You see, people think that when you sue government at the International Criminal Court, it is a child's play. You see this Biafra thing, suing Nigeria at the International Criminal Court. You think it's a child's play. When the time is right, everybody go and sign Father's name. But I want to say, I am impressed by what is happening under this administration. With these few things I'm seeing. Also, let me note, the statement by the president saying that the governors were doing well with the proposal on the tax bill, we reject it. I'm from the southeast. I am a southeastern conservative. I'm a Biafran, a proud one. You are not more Biafran than me, but I get sense. I know that I get sense. I'm not a fool. We are against this tax bill, the proposal by the governors. You see, states should be encouraged to work hard. This one that the governors are proposing, still 50% equity, 30% derivation, and 20% population. You are encouraging laziness from these dormant governors. You're encouraging laziness. You see, the people that are look at people that are in position of power, that are leaders, and this is how they behave and think, and you think Nigeria will work. If you like, let you win them in court. If like, win them in court, and they continue the Mambilla power project. The ones we have on ground, we cannot even sustain it. The project we have on ground, we cannot sustain it. Look at Emefiele, 700 and something duplexes. Emefiele, one person. Do you know what it means? One person out of the hundreds of people that were in Buhari's cabinet. This is one person, and is a Delta or Igbo man, however I want to put him, but I know he's from old Southeast region. An Igbo man, or a Delta man, or a South Southerner, having this access to funds and properties. That means the Minister of Petroleum, GMD, NNPC, Minister of Finance, all of them look at what is happening in Dubai. Nigerian politicians are almost buying off Dubai. I'm telling you that if you don't strengthen institutions, you are wasting your time. If you like, recover money or recover Dezani loot, you recover Dezani loot for another thief to thief, and the thief that is going to thief the Dezani loot will be so intelligent enough not to he will cover his tracks. He will study the first people that stole and how they were caught. So he also will want to steal and cover his tracks. That is how Nigerian politicians behave. The other time, the governors, I think, the governors were saying from the north, say the northern Nigeria were deceived by the tax bill. A tax bill that is written in English language. You have access to the booklet. It was not a secret or classified document. You have access to the booklet to read and assimilate and understand. But all you have to come and tell us is that the northerners were deceived. They were misled. Misled by who? Were they misled by your senators or Wadume? Were they misled by your experts, those that went to school in the northern region, or your PA and aides? Who misled you? Your former presidents. You people didn't go there for advice. You are saying they misled you. Okay, you want to play politics. After you people have put out your proposal, you are coming to say we are misled. You are playing politics. You know what you are doing. Nobody misled you. Intentionally, you people don't want to work. You want to just be there and answer governor. Look at your secretariats in the north. How many people are functioning there? How many people are actually working or contributing to the nation? Or contributing even to the northern region? How many? All you just have is Boko Haram. Today, if army dislodge this Boko Haram, another one will rise. Army dislodge this Boko Haram. Permanent solution. Somebody will give you a permanent solution, I go reject them. Then you now start speaking BB grammar and BB English. If not for the fact that the South is not united, I don't think we'll be where we are today. Southern Nigeria, Southwest, South, Southeast, everyone will just come together. You just separate. We will cross the border. We block the whole border. Everyone will just come together. We separate, sharp. We call everybody back. Because I have said it before that it is southern part of Nigeria that feeds the whole Nigeria. Let my Southwest brothers don't brag about Lagos. Don't come and brag about Lagos. Because if the oil proceeds finish now, I know Lagos, Yoruba nation can fend itself, but it will take time. Not like it is now. If the oil proceeds, they cut it off. How will Lagos? So, oil is what survives the country and what feeds these fat-bellied northerners. You see, some people think, I don't hate the northerners. I hate people not wanting progress. I hate it. And you don't want progress. You are so loud about it and so foolish about it. You are so, you see, neko, with stupidity, ignorance, and foolishness about it. That is what pains me the most. This country, see, we are passionate about the country having a position whereby it will benefit everybody in Nigeria. I love what Yoruba Ronu, the sensible Yoruba Ronu are doing. Preserving your culture, preserving humanity and your culture. Anything that comes in the way. You have custodians of your culture. Anything that comes in the way, you show that thing out. But just understand that you alone cannot build your society. Understand that. The Igbos also should be conservative. Now, you have investment abroad. You have expertise. You have skill abroad. Why not bring it into the Southeast and engage youths? Young people in Igbo land are enterprising. If you give them an opportunity, they do excellent with it. Create an enabling, you people that have made it, wherever you are in Nigeria or outside of Nigeria, you people that have made it, create an enabling opportunity for Southeastern youth. Let them see the sincerity and honesty in it. It's not everything profit. And Igbo man, profit. You should be conservative. Your culture, the historical articles on Igbo land should be compiled together. Let there be a unified historical article that an average Igbo man can give you the narration, whether it is of Olu, whether it is of Abriba or Isukwato, where I come from. The organization should be at the top of this, trying to unify, identify the culture and gazette the culture for future generations. The reasons why the Europeans, the colonizers, the Western world, the reason why their culture is far spread, dominating other culture, is because they documented it. It was documented. That is why it is fast spreading here and there. So everybody needs to be conservative at this point in time. Because we cannot sit down here and see some people fan out, lazy, so religious and lazy. All they want is just to take advantage so where they did not reap. That is the worst part of life. What we will encourage President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at least should continue in his restructuring. That is where to go. If he continues in this trajectory and is able to restructure Nigeria to resource control, to regionalism, and everybody is independent, it's going to be something that he must do to craft his name in the annals of history as a man that took up a task that most people that were his predecessors could not take up. I'll be laughing the day I see Obasanjo going to testify and I see the video. I'll be laughing, because that man is a strong-headed man. He don't want grill. He wants to be the Yoruba man, a different Yoruba man from all Yoruba men. But the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, see, when I talk, I need to give caveat. I'm not supporting the man. I'm not supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But there are things that this guy is doing we need to look at critically. Critically. When it benefits you, you need to know where it benefits you. There is no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, but permanent interest. I've said it over and over again, and it stands. So as we speak now, Tinubu should continue in the giant stride. He is continuing. Now, Buhari has, now next Obasanjo, next Jonathan. Then it will be clear. It is a trajectory that from there they can start investigating them. Investigating them. Probably. They might stand before a Nigerian court for criminal whatever. Probably. That is a step. You know, when you take a step, other people want to take that same step. And somebody one day would overtake that step. And you will see president being arrested for fraud. 20 trillion naira ways and means. Buhari and Emefiele, we don't know what is happening. Maybe they have done secret, I don't know. Such a thing in a normal society, like the way Trump is being arrested, was arrested the other time and sentenced. Normally in Nigeria, they're supposed to arrest and sentence all these presidents. It should be a normal thing. But this guy is taking some dangerous steps. I hope he succeeds in what he's doing. I hope he's able to release Nnamdi Kanu, and I hope he's able to open the path for Biafra to come into reality.